Today on Smackey's Garage, we're going to be installing Raptor style lights on my 2018 F-150. I've always really liked the style of the Raptors, having those 3 lights in the front, so we're going to install these parts from F-150 LEDs on this truck. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, one of the first decisions you're going to need to make is how many lights you're going to have to go with. They have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. You could probably add more on top of that, but we're going to go ahead with the 4 lights. You know, originally I wanted to do the 3 lights, but my grill, it won't look right with my grill. What I found is installing it on this truck, there really isn't a spot to get the center light here and in the center, because right on the center line of this truck here is this bar. And because this bar is here, there's no way for me to actually have a light directly in the center unless I were to cut this off. So this really drove me to having 4 lights instead of 3 lights. But I'm going to be just as happy with 4. It's just something to keep in mind if you're going to be doing this yourself. All right, so first I can decide exactly where I'm going to put them. I'm going to decide on the first 2 now, and then I'll look at where the other 2 are going to go. But the first 2, they're not going to go here because that's too close to together. They're going to go right here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to clean this area up, and then we're going to get the lights stuck. All right, we're going to go ahead and take these out of the pack. And look what we got. So we got the lights, we got some alcohol wipes, and then all the wiring that goes with it. So should be able to easily put this together. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these first lights mounted. So I'm going to take their alcohol wipes. I'm just going to wipe down where I'm going to put it. So there's going to be one here and one here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and wipe these all down. So no matter where I put them, it'll be ready. All right, now that those are drying, we'll give it a little bit of time to dry, then we're going to go ahead and stick them. So I've been told the adhesive on this is really strong, so we need to make sure that we get it right on the first shot. Otherwise, I'm going to be using some of my own adhesive. All right, so now that I know where I want these, it's not going to be here, it's going to be here. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in place and just right on the lip where I want it to be. And I'm going to hold it for about 20 seconds just so the adhesive sticks. I'm going to move on to the next one. So the decision for this is really between this one and this one. That's too far out. I think I'm going to go right here and see how it looks. Alright, getting those 4 installed wasn't too bad at all. Now we just have to go ahead and run the wires. Alright, now the easiest way to do these wires is going to be to work underneath here. So what I'm going to do is probably going to pop up a few of these just so that I can get some access underneath. And then we need to take the wires and we need to route them to behind this headlight here. So these will be nice and easy. Small screwdriver or a trim tool. Lift up the center. And F-150 LEDs does have trim tools that do work for this. Alright, now with the front of those off, I'm just going to reach down and pull the wires up on top of this, just because I think this is where I'm going to route them. It also works as a strain relief too, so I do like having this up in this area. I believe the electronic shutters are up here for the radiator. Right, it looks like there's electronic shutters up here, so I'm going to be avoiding those. Yep, definitely electronic shutters. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to route it up here and across the top, and then this is going to connect to the other harness, which they give you right here. And if you have more than 3 lights, you're going to end up using one of these adapters that goes from 1 to 2. Now these connectors are definitely high quality, so you can see there's an O-ring on there. They only go in one direction. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. And then that O-ring is going to seal against there. I'm going to tighten this. And then there we go. We have a full connection. Now with this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to route this wire and find a way to get it to behind this headlight in a clean fashion. But there's a lot of extra wire here, so probably going to wrap a lot of it up under here. So let's go ahead and get this harness and everything connected first before we do that. Now to get access to the light back here, we have to take out this fender liner. we're not going to take it all the way out. I just need to turn the wheel and then take out a few screws, and I should be able to just peel this back and work in this area. So I haven't decided which way I'm going to turn the wheel yet to do this. Probably in. Actually, I think looking at the other side out is probably better. All right, now these are going to be a 5.5 millimeter, and we're just going to loosen these up just to get access back here. So I believe there's 2 bolts. You take out maybe a few more, and then potentially a push pin over here, which I feel you twist out, and then you can pull. Now the goal is to get access to the side marker light down here. Whatever you have to do to get to it, just go there. You just need to pull the bulb out. So I got the side marker light out. I'm just going to check it, make sure this is the right one. Alright, so I found the wire that I'm going to be plugging this into. I'm checking out which one's positive and negative. So the black one is going to be the negative side. The green and orange looks like it's going to be the positive side. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those ready to get tapped into. But it should be pretty straightforward as long as I get the wire over here. This is the side marker light that is on the front. Now to use these wires, all you really have to do is they provide these taps. So we just need to put the wire into it and then shut it on it. And then do the same thing there. And then we should have power. So I'm going to go ahead and do the positive one first. So I'm going to just slide that in there. And as that slid in there, I'm going to shut it with my fingers. And shut it the rest of the way with my needle nose I was using. And it should just clip into place. I should be making contact. We do that on the negative side too. You don't want to shut these yet. Then we'll go ahead and put the black one on the black and yellow here. And then the other one on the green and orange. So black is going to black and yellow. Red is going to green and brown. Okay, now let's go ahead and try the lights out. Oh, they lit up. They look good too. Sweet. Now with everything functional, I'm going to start getting everything back together. I'm going to take all these wires, I'm going to wrap them up in here under this, and I'm going to zip tie them so they won't come loose and they won't come out of place. And that should be pretty much it. We'll take a look at this at night and see how it looks too. Now if you're wondering how I got the wires from here underneath, they are under here. This is bulging up a little bit, so think a second, it's a ton of wire. I ended up routing them through here and into the back. So there's a channel here in front of the chassis or on the front part of the frame that actually has a hole in it, and you can just route it through there and behind the headlight. Alright, so that's it for the install. Everything's wrapped up and under here nice. The inner fender well's back together. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like at night. Definitely looks good during the day. See how much it stands out of light. These are pretty bright. Alright, so I've had the lights on the truck now for a little while. It's getting to be dusk. Sun is down and you can tell they look fantastic. I'm really happy with them. The look of them, they look awesome. I mean, they're super bright at night. They're significantly brighter than the lights that are on here, and they really show up. And it gives it that Raptor style light look that I was after. Now, one thing that I really like about them is how bright they are. They definitely stand out at night compared to the rest of the lights, and you can see they're brighter than my mirrors, they're brighter than the turn signal lights back over here. They're overall fantastic. Haven't had any issues with them coming undone at all. I mean, they're a little warm, but overall, nothing to worry about. So as I was saying, this is a fantastic mod. I'm really happy with the way that these turned out. I wish I've done this earlier, and I probably should have done it earlier because I just really like the way that it came out. Thanks for tuning into Smackey's Garage this week. Don't forget to check these lights out on F-150LEDs.com if you're looking for a set for your F-150. I'll see you next time.